that you use the ni'mah, the blessing that Allah gave you without you asking for it, subhanahu wa ta'ala. How many of us stood in a state of non-existence, which is an impossibility, and said, oh Allah, give me eyes. Oh Allah, give me a hand. Oh Allah, give me ears. Oh Allah, give me a brain. Oh Allah, give me a heart. Give me the capacity to have compassion. Give me family, children, sustenance. Who amongst us had that? None of us. But yet He's given it to us without our even asking from Him, peace be, Allah Azza wa Jal. So the beginnings of a showing, and shukr is about recognizing the reality of things and doing what is appropriate in response to them. In other words, showing appreciation for the fact. Who is your Lord? Who is the one who created you? And then that would cause one to say, to freeze, and say to themselves, I am tripping. How can I use this tongue that God gave me without my asking for filth? How can I use this tongue that's waving in my mouth to say that He doesn't exist? How can I use this tongue to talk badly about my fellow human being, my brother Muslim, my brothers, or anyone in humanity for that matter? How can it be that I use it to backbite? How can it be that I use it to create fasad, problems in the world? No, that's not what He created it for. He created it to say, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. There is nothing worthy of worship except God. Muhammadur Rasulullah, and Muhammad is His messenger, alayhi salatu wasalam. And that, and everything that is umbrella underneath that, is the reason, is showing shukr to the tongue. That and everything under it, which is everything that we can ever, it's all there, lying underneath that statement. So khair, and calling towards khair, mentioning وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. And when that happens, it kickstarts the heart. The heart is kickstarted. The heart is kickstarted, and the heart wakes up. Oh, there's ladha, there's a sweetness in that remembrance, a ladha. And the heart remembers its past. Alastu bi rabbikum. Am I not your Lord? Allah asked. Am I not your Lord? And every single soul answered and said back, Bala, indeed you are. The heart remembers. Then the heart, it enters into a place where it starts to show shukr. It starts to kick out everything that shouldn't be there. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. You can't hurt me, you can't harm me. You have no capacity of your own. I only believe in God, the creator of the worlds, the one who made me, who knows my secret. The secret of the ruh, the secret of the heart. He alone, only He alone knows the reality of me. And He kicks out everything. Or she kicks out everything, the ruh. And how that manifests in terms of the limbs is that it manifests in terms of the limbs, and that the heart can only do, the heart can only act on, the heart can only manifest through the limbs that which it itself is involved with. You'll find someone who is a person of dhikr is someone that their limbs are in accordance with the way of the Prophet ﷺ. To the extent you'll find among some ulama, people that have been studying the deen their whole life, they do things according to sunnah without even realizing that it's a sunnah. It just comes out. It's just they're like in a really blessed autopilot. May Allah give us that reality. And when this happens, the shukr that comes out, it manifests in the limbs until a person is completely. Now, his body and his heart are in alliance, right? What happens also at this point, and that's why I should have gone like that, shukr al-lisan, shukr al-yad, which leads to this high point I'm talking about, shukr al-qalb. And that when the heart, when it does this, it comes to another place. أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه وإن لم تكن تراه فإنه يراك. That you worship God as if you see Him, and if you can't, know that He sees you. Because as we've said, the heart has personally kicked out all of the vagrants that have decided to come inside and make it home out of that mansion. And the heart has cleaned up the place, and the heart has opened up itself completely and entirely, and has in a sense faced itself to its Lord and saying, Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Here I am, my Lord, here I am. Because as it said, in meaning this in no kind of physical manner, as I'm sure you understand, that's the only place Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah ta'ala in a sense has a presence there that belongs to Him and Him alone. And as we said in the beginning, that is the reality of the thing that we've been looking for. That's why we came into Islam. That's why Islam is so valuable to us. Because it's a miftah, it's a key for that yearning, that searching, that inevitable problem of not being able to have anything real. The money goes, the health goes, the mental capacity goes, friends go, loved ones go, children go, parents go, countries go, everything goes. Kullu man alayha fan. And everything on it is extinct. It extinguishes. وَيَبْقَى وَجْهُ رَبِّكَ ذُو الْجَلَالِ وَالْإِكْرَامِ. And what remains is the face of your Lord. ذُو الْجَلَالِ وَالْإِكْرَامِ. The heart knows it, the brain is confused. The heart knows it, the brain is confused. So what this does, opening up this pathway of shukr, opening up this, what happens ultimately when it reaches to the heart is a person says, you know what? I worship Allah because it's His right. It's appropriate for Him. I don't do it for a reward. I don't do it fearing punishment. I don't do it so others will see me. I don't do it when I'm happy or just when I'm sad. I do it because it's His right. It's His haqq. And when that happens, when that state occurs, that's when the fadl of Allah, ذَلِكَ فَضْلُ اللَّهِ يُؤْتِيهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. That is the grace of God, and He gives it to whoever He wants. And if you look in the times that we're living in right now, we need nothing more but and solely the grace of Allah. وَإِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. And actions are but by intentions. When God opens up that grace upon you, it does not matter if you're living in corrupt times. It doesn't, your ability or the lack thereof is of no consequence. Your state of sadness or happiness is of no consequence. Your age, your customs, your culture, all those realities that are passing are of no consequence. Because when God wants to open up His grace upon you, the flood of grace, who can stop it? And He'll take you and snatch you from the situation that you're in and will bring you to a place just like a person drowning in an ocean, just out. It has nothing to do with the merit or the virtue of the individual. So what I said from the beginning and what I'm saying now to myself is this. When we look at our situation and we look at the times that we're living in, is it not that sin is raining down upon us like rain, torrents of rain? Everywhere we look, if we look at it, Allah destroyed the people because of God destroyed the people because of their business transactions. He destroyed people because of business transactions. And we know all of these different kind of things that are mentioned in Quran, and mentioned in the Bible, and mentioned in all these things. We know, we've heard about these things. Of His judgment falling upon people. We've heard about these things. Now, is it not so that in this world right now, every single one of the things that we know about and we've read about is happening simultaneously on this earth? It is not but because of the Prophet ﷺ, him not making dua against this community, that God is just giving respite, allowing things to go so people can turn back and people can turn back. When we look at that, where is my salat with the salat of Sahaba, of the companions of the Prophet of God? Where is my dhikr and the dhikr of Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu? It's not even on the map, man. Where is my ulum, my knowledge, my understanding with Fakhruddin Razi? It's not even on the map. It's not even a blip. It's a child in a madrasa somewhere in medieval Islam. When we look at those realities and we look at now, we have a reason to be sad, man. If you only know half the story. If you only know half the story. وَلَئِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. But if you show appreciation, we will increase you. وَنَشْكُرُهُ اللَّهُ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ. نَشْكُرُهُ. We thank Him. We thank God for our life. We thank God for our health. We thank God for our safety. We thank God for our children. We thank God for our shuyukh. We thank God for our parents. We thank every aspect of blessing that we can't even approach. We thank Him for it. And we ask Him to give us the capacity to be more appreciative and more appreciative, so that the abwab, the doors of grace, will fall upon us. Ameen.